Ever thought about flying in your very own private jet, where you can enjoy luxury, safety, security, privacy, and comfort up in the clouds? It's having your own personal plane for business trips, relaxing getaways, or even for embarking on exciting adventures, where you can rent a jet just for yourself and your family, or even take your carefully chosen friends along. Back then, traveling by private jet was reserved for the elite who could afford it. Today, anyone can afford to have that unique experience of flying private just to get a feel for it. It may be a once-in-a-lifetime adventure that we ought to experience. But here's a big question. Is buying a private jet outright the right option for you? If yes, then what options do you have? And the different choices do you have for private jet ownership? Can you customize your aircraft to your taste? Let's get to the bottom of it. Do you want to try it before you buy it? Before we start, smash that subscribe button. Click on the notification bell and join our crew for an awesome adventure in luxury. We can't wait to have you on board. Imagine entering a world where there's no limit to roaming the skies. Owning a private jet is like having the coolest badge of honor, displaying to the world that you're on the top of your game. It's not just about looking fancy. It's a ticket to a world of personal freedom, flexibility, and total control. It's like having your own flying kingdom. Private jet ownership is considered the VIP in air travel. It tells a lot about you, your tastes, your expectations, and your style. You get to call the shots and live life on your own terms. The plane will be ready to depart when you are ready. Everything will be taken care of for you, so you will not have to sweat the small stuff. You get to choose from very light jets, medium-sized jets, and large jets. When we talk about ownership, there are two forms: fractional ownership and whole aircraft ownership. It's a bit like choosing between sharing a pizza or having the whole pie yourself. And as you are well aware, each choice comes with various costs, fixed and variable, associated with it, whether you are on the ground or flying your aircraft. As with anything in life, there are risks and benefits in everything we encounter. Owning an aircraft is no exception. Direct private jet ownership. Owning the whole private jet is like being the boss of the skies. You're not just flying in it, you're in charge of the whole shebang. 100% control, my friend. Available to you at your beck and call. In essence, you will not only know everyone who has ever set foot on your jet, but also have the breakdown of every place it's been, the hours it's clocked in, and all the details of its checkups, fixes, and maintenance schedules. It's like having a backstage pass to your jet's life story. But hold on, the fun doesn't stop there. With whole ownership, you get to play designer. Think of it like decorating your dream home in the sky. You can pick the comfiest seats, design the layout, and even choose the in-flight entertainment. It's your call. And here's the kicker. You become the employer of the pilot too, making sure everything runs just the way you like it. Owning a whole private jet might seem a bit trickier than other fancy flying options, like charters or jet cards. There's a bit more juggling involved. But oh boy, the benefits are worth it. Flying isn't just about getting from A to B. It's about doing it in style, comfort, safe, and completely on your terms. Plus, you get to choose your perfect plane. Want an extended range aircraft to fly globally without stopping for fuel? No problem. Since you won't own it outright, you don't even have to hunt around for the right ownership program. Just go ahead and buy the one you love. Here's a money-saving tip. Owning the plane often means paying less per hour of flying, especially if you're a frequent flyer. It may be perfect for domestic travel, especially when you want to fly to multiple cities in a day. This will save you ample time and money. It will also be perfect for international travel too, so owning can be more cost-effective than renting. And your plane is always ready to go on your command and on your schedule, with no peak delays to worry about. Also, don't forget the tax perks. Owning a private jet isn't just about flying in style. It's also a smart choice that comes with lots of benefits. If it is a company aircraft, you get to deduct all of the expenses legally as a company expense. If it is used for business purposes, you may also get to take your entire staff with you on your business trips in one go, which may require just one itinerary instead of multiple individual ones. Fractional jet ownership. Fractional jet ownership is like owning a piece of a fancy plane. They call it a fractional jet share, partial jet ownership, or fractional ownership. Instead of owning the whole plane, you might own half, a quarter, or even just an eighth of it. For example, if a plane is expected to fly 400 hours in a particular year and you own a half share, you can use the plane for 200 hours in that year, so you get your fair slice of flying time. The cool thing about fractional ownership is that you're not stuck with just one plane. You have multiple options. Depending on your needs, you can pick a bigger or smaller plane for different trips. But you will have some rules to follow. Something like a timeshare. You might have limits on how far in advance you can book a flight, and there could be restrictions on flying during busy holiday times. Now, here's the twist. The cost of getting into fractional jet ownership depends on how many hours you want to fly each year. The more hours, the higher the upfront cost. And that upfront cost will decide on how much of the plane you will actually own for that period of time. So fractional jet ownership is like having a piece of the sky, with many rules and options thrown at it. Sharing a private jet with others has many advantages and disadvantages too. The best part is that it makes flying on a private jet more affordable because the costs are shared among many people. This way, you get to experience the luxury without breaking the bank. You also get to choose from a variety of planes for different trips, making it super flexible. The best part, you don't have to worry about maintaining the plane or managing the crew. It's all taken care of by the program. Knowing exactly what you'll pay and having clear prices helps you plan your expenses better. Plus, if you don't need to fly a lot, fractional ownership is great because you're not tied down to a ton of flight hours. And here's a cool thing. You won't feel a full impact of the plane losing value because that's shared among all the owners. It also comes with extra perks like concierge services, shuttles, and possible tax benefits, making it a great mix of luxury and travel choices to make your travels a special experience in the world of private jets. Costs associated with private jet ownership. Fixed costs. 1. Salary for pilot, co-pilot, and crew. 2. Training costs for pilot, co-pilot, and crew. 3. Maintenance crew, ground crew, maintenance and repair costs. 4. Flight planning software, weather data, and communication services. 5. Record-keeping services. 6. Contract management services. 7. Compliance with tax and regulatory requirement services. 8. Permits, licenses, and certifications. 9. Expenses related to compliance audits and inspections. 10. Hangar costs. 11. Insurance. 12. Aircraft financing. Variable costs. 1. Fuel. 2. Cost of food and board for pilots and crew. 3. Hangar costs while traveling to different places. 4. Landing and takeoff fees. 5. Handling fees. 6. De-icing and anti-icing. 7. Catering and in-flight services. 8. Cleaning and interior maintenance. 9. Navigation and air traffic fees. 10. Flight planning and weather services. 11. Airport fees, taxes, and other fees. 12. Miscellaneous charges. Cost of fractional ownership of an aircraft. 1. Acquisition cost. It's the initial cost to purchase a share. This varies depending on the aircraft type and size of the share. 2. Monthly management fees. This covers the ownership portion of the fixed costs, including pilot's salary, crew salary, maintenance costs, hangar fees, insurance, and administrative costs. 3. Hourly operational costs. Cover hourly operational costs for each hour flown. Now you might be wondering whether fractional jet ownership is better than full ownership, right? Deciding whether to have your own private jet or just a part of one is a big choice that needs careful thinking. Let's break it down by looking at some important factors and questions when you're deciding between joining a fractional jet ownership program or buying your own plane. Firstly, think about the initial capital, which may be substantial. Buying a private jet costs a lot more, and if you may not have that large down payment or get approved for a loan, going for fractional jet ownership might be a smarter move. Next up is flexibility. How concrete are your travel plans? If you have your own plane, you can be sure it's ready for you on the busiest of days or whenever you decide to fly, even on short notice. Fractional ownership doesn't give you the same benefits. There are usually rules about how much time in advance you will need to book, especially around holidays or peak times of the year. But here's a twist. If you go for fractional jet ownership, you get more options when it comes to changing planes. You won't be stuck with just one. You can use any plane from their fleet based on what you need and what's available at any given time. Now, having your own aircraft comes with many ongoing costs. There's the initial cost of getting the plane, monthly management fees, paying the crew, training for the crew and pilots, following maintenance schedules as per law, maintenance, repairs, and replacement costs. Everything will ultimately add up, so it's a balancing act between upfront costs and ongoing expenses. Now that we have dissected the main differences, hopefully this may guide you into making an informed decision on whether to buy your own plane or use the choice of fractional ownership. It depends on what aligns better with your travel preferences and needs. Are there any additional considerations or questions you have before making a final decision on private jet ownership? Drop in a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Subscribe with us and learn. If you find the information in this video valuable, please subscribe to watch more videos like this, and also share it with family and friends. Write "I subscribed" in the comment section below, and let us know of topics that interest you in the subject of finance. Please hit the like button and the notification bell to be notified. There's more waiting to be learned in our next video. Our aim is to provide you with high-quality educational content and information to help you learn and hopefully be financially free one day. The contents of this video are for educational and informational purposes only. In life, we learn from our own experiences and from others as well. Out-of-the-box thinking helps us take a look deep within ourselves, explore and bring out untapped potential that we never knew existed. By creating our own path in life, we can avoid following the crowd, the gossip, and the drama. To free up our time to hopefully be financially free, nothing is set in stone, and there are no guarantees, but we will need to give it our best shot. Thank you for watching.